detectives identified that one suspect and a suspect vehicle were involved in two separate fatal traffic collisions.
The crashes happened months apart, killing 3 people. Fox 11's Gina Silva, she joins us now live in Buena Park, where she spoke to the heartbroken family members of one of the victims. Gina.
That's right. The family is grappling with such a tremendous loss. And after learning the suspected hit-and-run driver was involved in a previous fatal crash, they are demanding justice.
She was beautiful. She was talented. She was a singer in the choir, in the church, in this high school. God, it just tore me apart.
A heartbroken mother and family members are mourning the loss of 24-year-old Bobby Smith, who was killed in a hit-and-run crash in Long Beach on January 4th. One of her friends was also killed in the same collision.
All they want to do is go to the karaoke and go sing and go have fun. And this happened.
The family says they are outraged after learning the suspected driver had been involved in a previous deadly crash.
You know, we just don't understand, and we are very hurt that this person was out and was able to hurt someone else, our family member. And not only our family member, other victims as well.
Police say 24-year-old Akea Zenek Owens struck a bicyclist in Long Beach on October 6th. She was arrested but released the following day. Investigators say after the bicyclist died from his injuries, a felony vehicular manslaughter warrant was issued. But before that warrant was served, police say Owens was involved in the deadly hit-and-run crash in January that killed Bobby Smith and her friend. Owens turned herself in 3 days later.
We just want justice for what happened.
My cousin, she was special to all of us. We shared the same birthday, and she had a beautiful voice, and she had so many people that just loved her.
A total of 3 people lost their lives in those 2 crashes, and a couple more were injured. Now, the family has set up a GoFundMe account. If you would like to help, we will have a link up on our website, foxla.com. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Gina, are we learning any more details about this suspect? It's a very wild story here.
It's such a tragedy, Christine. It really is. I mean, the fact that she's suspected of a fatal crash in October. She was immediately released the following day because the cyclist at the time had just suffered injuries, had not died. And so it took several days for the cyclist to die, and then for whatever reason, it took some time for authorities to find out and issue an arrest warrant. And then by the time that was in the process, several months went by, and of course the second accident happened, and those 2 other people lost their lives.
Any response?
So it's just absolutely horrible.
Oh, it's just terrible. Any response from the agency that was in charge of issuing the a search warrant?
No, they sent out the press release explaining what happened. But again, their big point is that, look, we know at the time when the arrest was made, the cyclist had not lost his life. It was just injuries, and we didn't know how serious it was until after the fact. But, you know, we asked for an interview, and they did not provide that.
Maybe I missed this. Do we know if there were drugs or alcohol involved with the suspect?
You know, I asked that, and I was told that there was no evidence of that. But, of course, the investigation is ongoing. And, in fact, they're asking people if they witnessed, if they have any information on either of these 2 cases to contact the Long Beach Police Department.
Oh, terrible. Thank you. Tonight, new footage from the deadly ICE shooting at Minneapolis. Cell phone video taken by the agent who shot the unarmed woman in the car, Renee Nicole Good.
Now, we are about to play the full version of the video released, and we do want to warn you, some may find it disturbing.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. It's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the out of the car. Oh!
That video once again recorded by the ICE agent who shot and killed Good. The Trump administration claims it proves the agent was acting in self-defense, but others say it raises more concerns about the decision to use deadly force. Fox's Asher Red is in Minneapolis.
Fox has obtained the cell phone video by the officer who shot Renee Nicole Good. This as protests continued coast to coast Friday, 2 days after the deadly shooting.
No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here.
The 37-year-old mother was killed by an ICE officer shortly after dropping her 6-year-old off at school, sparking outrage nationwide.
That violent act did not happen in a vacuum. It happened in a political moment where ICE has been emboldened, shielded from accountability, and unleashed on our communities with impunity.
Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey pleading for the ongoing investigation to be transparent after the Trump administration denied state and local officials access to the probe.
This is not a time to hide from the facts. This is a time to embrace them.
This as the Department of Homeland Security announced ICE agents have seen an unprecedented increase in vehicular attacks, up a whopping 3,200% over the past year. The Trump administration pointing to the numbers as evidence the ICE agent was acting in self-defense.
If you're that agent, you're at the hood of that car, you don't know who's inside, you don't know what their intentions are, you know that other ICE agents had been rammed or attempted to be rammed before, you did the only thing you can do in that situation. So again, the result was awful, but it was certainly legal.
And although the FBI is leading this investigation, Minneapolis officials are encouraging the public to turn over any evidence that may be relevant, particularly videos. In Minneapolis, Asher Red, Fox News.
More on this happening now in Santa Ana, an anti-ICE demonstration in response to that shooting in Minneapolis. This is citizen video of it downtown outside the federal building there. According to police, there's about 100 to 150 protesters, and so far it is peaceful.
News tonight, the Hollywood lights are going to shine a little brighter very soon. The city approving $1 million for a dedicated street light repair team.
Fox 11's Ed Lascos live in Hollywood with details. Ed?
And Christine, you would think Hollywood would be all aglow, all lit up with its glamour. Most of it is, but there are areas, neighborhoods like this that are in darkness. This is Franklin Ave. We're just on the east side of the Hollywood freeway here, the 101. Look how dark it is through here. That's Taft Ave up through there on the north side. Very dark up through there. Mikey, let's walk into the story. Looking southbound Taft Ave. Go ahead, Mikey. Go for a walk down there. Look how dark it is on this street. Sometimes you'll see some folks walking toward us with their flashlights. They need flashlights to walk their dogs out here tonight because it's just that dark. They can't see where they're going. Let's get to it. To the video we go. Next block over is North Wilton Place. Driving down that. Look how dark it is here. The only light you see, the headlights coming at us, and lights on the apartment buildings on both sides. And then you have the folks occasionally with their flashlights out and walking. This is one of several streets, several areas here where the neighbors tell me it has been dark for weeks, months on end, and they say it's downright frustrating. That is, the city is out today saying that they've got an infrastructure crisis, basically saying that more than half, 60% of the street lights in the city damaged, broken, and they need repairs. Basic repairs, maintenance is what they need. And of course the city also saying they're having a problem with a lot of the lights being broken, vandalized because of copper wire theft. City saying they had a record number of copper wire thefts last year alone, so a lot of these lights are just disabled. They're not working. City putting in $1 million to try to get the lights going through Hollywood, and the neighbors here say, oh, it's about time. Listen.
The last 3 or 4 weeks it's been like this, dark, and
it's pitch dark though.
It's pitch dark, and I thought it was the city was planning some kind of rationing. That was my assumption, but it's continuing, so I thought they're rationing too much.
Well, you know they're going to put $1 million in to finally fix some of the lighting, they say here.
Well, it's good news. A few weeks ago it was like this, and I was attacked by a homeless man with an iron pipe, and it hit my knee. I thought I was crippled, but it just hit the cartilage. But that happened.
But it was dark like that.
It was dark like this. It came out of nowhere. Of course, I couldn't see it.
So it's a lot more than just getting the lights on for people driving. I mean,
it's a matter of safety.
Now you're looking live, a matter of safety, he says. And look at that sidewalk down there. That street is so dark as the cars go by here. If you're walking on that, It's so dark. Think about your own safety in some of these neighborhoods here through Hollywood. So in any event, the city moving $1 million into the Hollywood Lights project to get these street lights back up again. But ladies, the city's saying on average it takes about 9 months, 9 months generally, to get all the street repairs, these street lights repairs. If they pick a particular area, takes that long to get it going because that department short-staffed because of the big budget problems and the big budget deficit the city has right now.
So if you do 9 months, that would put us in October of this year. That's if they were to start today. So do we know when a start date would be?
Now, they didn't mention the exact start date other than saying they've earmarked the check, basically, if you will, for $1 million, saying they want to get this street team going, particularly earmarking, targeting this section of Hollywood. So we'll see. I mean, it seems to be urgent right now, a lot of urgency from City Hall. See if it really hits the streets and manifests itself out here.
October plus sounds so far away. Ardette, thanks so much. Were you outside today? Do you notice this? Strong Santa Ana winds whipping across Southern California.
Fox 11 Susan Harrisuna went to Santa Clarita to check out the conditions firsthand.
No stopping the winds and no stopping this big rig from toppling over while traveling in Jurupa Valley. Every tree, every flag, even signs become a depiction of the strong winds. In Santa Clarita, shoppers hurried to their cars not just to escape the winds.
Oh God, it's horrendous.
Horrendous?
It's disrespectful.
How is the weather disrespectful?
Because it's freezing.
Do you like this kind of weather?
I personally don't. I like cold weather, but not with the cold winds.
This kind of wind is good news for tree trimming businesses.
Yes, it's been really busy.
Eric's company might be getting a lot of calls, but his tree trimmers got the day off.
On days like this, I don't like to have my climber in the trees because it's real dangerous.
He is offering advice. The recent rains mean softer soil and trees could more easily fall down. And that's why Eric believes in regular maintenance to survive heavy winds and fire.
What I would do here is I would just take the top off, reduce the height, come down here where it's too low to the ground, lift it up about 1/3 the height, shape the whole bottom side of the tree, reduce it in, then it'll look really nice.
It'll look nice and it'll be better for winds and fire?
Oh, definitely.
And what's better for shoppers we met? Maybe a hair tie.
Absolutely, it's all in my face.
The wind, I feel like, just makes everything colder, and then as you can see, my hair is all over the place.
The winds also made this tow truck driver tear up. So on top of everything else, the wind kicks up your allergies?
Yeah, it kicks up right now, and do a little dust, and then, other than that, I'll be fine.
Here's hoping that's true. That's my car on the flatbed. In Santa Clarita, Susan Harrisuna, Fox 11 News.
All right, so that requires a little bit of context. Did you hear what happened? That I get may have been wind related, but there was something on the freeway when she was going to her story, popped a tire, ended up needing to get all 4 tires fixed today.
So we call reporter involvement.
The wrong kind.
Exactly.
The wrong kind, Star.
We did, Susan did allude to that something possibly blew into that roadway and tumbled right over it with her vehicle. And so again, that warning to anyone that is going to be out on the roads over the next couple of days, because we do have our advisories that do move into the weekend with our high wind warnings. We could, with these winds gusting across all of our highlighted area here in the darker colors, getting gusts as high as 70 miles per hour. You have to think what that could mean for not just high profile vehicles on the road, but objects going onto our roadways, but also the possibility of some downed tree limbs and the likelihood of some power outages. Our sustained winds right now across Corona kicking up at about 15 miles per hour. Out near Thousand Oaks, also 11 miles per hour. Across most of the LA metro area, our winds are about 5 miles per hour and at times do get up to about 10. Here's a look at our gusts right now, wherever we show those colors populating on the map here. So across the Woodland Hills area, Santa Clarita, still up through Sandburg, Fraser Park, the Grapevine area, over and into Oxnard. We do have our winds moving anywhere from 20 to 36 miles per hour. And then also down near Corona and Santa Ana, our winds about 25 to 30 miles per hour range. Our temperatures, we do have a couple of cool areas populating on the map here. 45 in Pasadena, 48 down in Torrance. We have a 48 out near Ontario as well. In Corona, you're at 57 degrees. Thousand Oaks coming in at 55. As we do move into our overnight hours, we are expecting to be under mostly clear skies, and with that, those clouds not acting as a blanket, allowing those temperatures to drop once again, backing into the 40s. We'll see low as well as upper 40s. We have a warm up this weekend. I'll be breaking that down shortly. For now, back to you.
All right, Star, thanks. Still headed 8 coyotes on the prowl in Southern California.
You might see them roaming around more over the next few months. We'll tell you why next.
Attorneys for Luigi Mangione fighting to take the death penalty off the table at a hearing in federal court. I'm Eric Shawn in Manhattan, and I'll have that story coming up.
Today, federal authorities announcing a task force going after hospice fraud in California, which they claim has exploded since COVID.
Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez has the story from downtown L.A.
And what we have witnessed is a 7-fold increase in hospice in L.A. County. 7-fold. That doesn't happen naturally.
Since COVID, says Dr. Oz, administrator for the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid, who blames the increase on fraud.
But these fraudsters are calling people who aren't going to die. They'll come to you, cold call you, and say, yes, you have an illness. We think it might be one that might benefit from us. Come on in. The patients don't realize they're signing up for hospice. Everyone seems to live when they go to these hospice programs.
They cite the case of a Glendale woman as an example who was convicted for racking up more than $10 million in fraudulent claims.
By submitting claims for patients who are not actually dying. She is serving a 9-year sentence right now that was just imposed this year. So this is not a theory. This is not hypothetical. These are real cases.
And they say they have some investigations ongoing on that. But the important message for you, the viewer, is that if you have a loved one in this kind of age range or situation and you start getting calls saying from companies saying, hey, hospice would be a better option, do this, do that. Be sure you check with reputable doctors before you do anything, because this thing seems to be an ongoing problem. I'm Christina Gonzalez in downtown Los Angeles, Fox 11 News.
Governor Gavin Newsom's office today unveiled its budget plan, which forecasts a nearly $3 billion deficit for the upcoming fiscal year. That $2.9 billion shortfall is much smaller than previous estimates. Newsom's final budget tally is $349 billion. That's almost $30 billion more than this year's budget. It banks on booming tech and AI stock revenues to boost state revenue. It also includes protections for the governor's signature progressive policies. Lawmakers begin budget negotiations in June. Newsom leaves office in January. Coming up, we've all said it, new year, new me, but committing to New Year's resolutions can be difficult.
We've got some tips to keep you on track next.
Weather is sponsored by My Home Sold.
The state of California is completely drought-free for the first time in 25 years. A snapshot of the latest edition of the drought map does not show any yellow, tan, orange, or red areas. Very different from the images we are used to seeing.
I can't believe my eyes right here. The latest reports show not a single square mile of California is considered dry. For more on this, let's go to meteorologist Star Harvey.
Yeah, we looked at some maps, or I looked at some maps, and just 3 months ago, we did have a portion of our state under drought, so it looked a lot different. As we move ahead through this show, I do have some images to bring up, including our drought. As of right now, that's a live look out at Santa Monica. This camera was shifting and shaking a little bit earlier today, just indication that we do have some pretty gusty winds moving about the area. As far as dry conditions go, they do resume here across the West Coast. So Los Angeles, we will remain on the drier side, not just to finish out our evening here, but also pushing across the weekend. In fact, the next 7 days here across California, we are expecting to be precipitation free. Now, what does that mean moving into our drought? It means that we are okay. We do have a surplus currently. Our drought monitor here does show that we have a lot of gray. All of the state covered in gray. That means that we do have 0% of dry to drought. So no drought issues here for us. In fact, went ahead and dug up some of our rainfall totals. We do have a surplus. Our average rainfall amount does sit close to about 5 inches, or we can say 4 inches and 3/4. We do have a very hefty surplus just for this water year, which did start back in October. So we are more than 9 inches above where we are typically at. And as we continue to push through this water year, we are just going to add to that. So some good news for our drought here across the state. Not so good look for our wind alerts. We will continue with our high wind warning, but also our wind advisory. In fact, these alerts will be in place until Sunday afternoon. And even pushing after Sunday afternoon, we may still have some of those breezes in the forecast, but they should remain under advisory level. Maybe if we push into next week, we could track those and see if there's going to be any differences. Otherwise, we do continue with that northeast wind, sustained, moving at about 40 miles per hour. And then at times we could experience gusts up to 70 miles per hour. Gusts are those bursts of winds that do push out, and it is going to be for all of our highlighted darker colors here. And that is going to be across most of our mountains and into some of our deserts as well. Our gusts right now positioning themselves across all of our contoured area here. So wherever we do see the bullseye at, this is where we do have some of those heavier winds pushing through. So moving into even the Oxnard, Ventura area. Now moving across the LA region, we should see our winds remaining gusty again. Moving into tomorrow, we'll have plenty of sunshine out there. Temperatures remaining in the 60s, so right around our averages. Mostly sunny skies out there. Sustained winds still pushing out of their northerly direction. And then we push over into our Sunday. Sunday will be the start of our warming trend. We'll see those temperatures shift above their averages for this time of the year. We'll still have mostly sunny skies out there. And as we do move into the following week, we're just expecting our temperatures to get even warmer. We're talking with flirting with those 80-degree temperatures by the time we move to the middle and end of next week. I'll be back with that 7-day forecast that reflects that. But now, back to you.
In California for you. Our still at accused killer Luigi Mangione back in court trying to get the death penalty taken off the table.
An update on the case, plus we are checking in with Laura Diaz.
I'm Laura Diaz in Glendale, where a sharp-eyed employee happened to notice a $100 bill that looked fake. Now, that employee flagged it, and now more than a dozen locations, we are learning, have been targeted. That story coming up.
SoCal. This is LA Live News Tonight on Fox 11 Plus.
Now at 8:30, 2 suspects are caught after passing fake cash, hitting at multiple In-N-Out burger locations across Southern California.
Multiple government agencies were involved with the bust, including a police canine. Let's go live to Fox 11's Laura Diaz and how the law enforcement officers got their suspects. Laura.
Well, Marla and Christine, it all started right here at this In-N-Out in Glendale, and it was because of one employee who happened to be paying attention and noticed that the $100 bill that had been used earlier appeared to be fake. Well, they called the authorities. The authorities checked it out, and it tipped off an investigation. They now think as many as more than a dozen In-N-Outs were targeted by this duo. Let's listen.
Passing off that fake $100 bill for one small item, getting $97, $96 real cash in return. Quickly, our investigators realized from coordinating and talking to In-N-Out security that they have fallen victim to this countless times throughout the county.
I would say that's pretty crazy. That is crazy. That's really crazy. A few months. Especially in, I don't know, 2026, starting off with scams,
yeah.
It's got to,
he has to do better.
Everyone has to do better.
Good point. Everyone needs to do better. Well, this image shows one of the 2 female suspects off of surveillance video supplied to the Glendale Police Department. She wears pink pants and has law enforcement seen red today. She and another female suspect both are out of Long Beach, and they have been arrested. Names are Oriana Lewis and Tatiana Foster, according to the police department. Now, investigators say that they were using fake $100 bills. You see that fake currency right here used in the investigation. Now, if you look very closely, you may have to look twice, you'll see that the serial numbers are the same on all the bills. Of course, that's a big tip-off. Now, the investigation spans nearly every county in Southern California. More than a dozen In-N-Outs were targeted, including L.A., Cerritos, and Fullerton, just to name a few. But coming back live here to Glendale, so far we have not spoken to anybody at In-N-Out except over the telephone. They were not supplying a lot of information to us. I will come back to you live again at 9 and 10 to give you more information on the case. But hats off to that young person inside of there who had the good realization that something didn't look right and then called authorities. Police telling me that sometimes when it's just $100, people say, what the heck, let's not phone it in. But if you keep adding up those phony $100 bills, as police allege, it adds up to a substantial amount of money. I'm Laura Diaz reporting live from Glendale, sending it back to you two.
So obviously they did this investigation and tied it to the In-N-Out restaurants. I gotta wonder if there are other locations involved here, to other kind of businesses.
Well, they think that the investigation is pretty much over, but Christine, I agree with you. I think this happens at a lot of businesses. So really, there is a word of caution to all of us to be very careful when someone hands you a $100 bill, especially when they're purchasing something $3, $2, less than $5. You might want to think why they're using such a big bill to buy a low-ticket item. It should cause your antenna to go up.
And you too, Christine, whether it's at a local pharmacy like CVS or a grocery store, they check the $100 bills.
Right. You have to be vigilant, especially these days, right?
Yes. All right, Laura, thank you so much.
Glad they made arrests on that one. Thank you. Accused United Healthcare CEO killer Luigi Mangione back in Manhattan federal court earlier today. His attorneys are trying a few different approaches to get the death penalty taken off the table. Here's Fox's Eric Shawn with an update on that case.
While the supporters outside chanted for his freedom, accused assassin Luigi Mangione was back in a Manhattan courtroom on Friday. His attorneys are pushing to throw out the death penalty in the federal case against him, arguing the amount of pretrial publicity over his alleged murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson makes it difficult for him to get a fair trial.
They are saying that because of the fact that the prosecution, the government, came out very strongly right away and put the death penalty on the table, that the jury pool has been prejudiced and that the death penalty should be taken off the table.
Prosecutors say those concerns can be addressed by carefully vetting potential jurors. Another avenue the defense is pursuing is questioning the legal basis for the federal charge against Mangione, which is the only way the government can seek the death penalty.
The only way you have a federal murder charge is if there's other offenses. In this case, it's stalking, that Mr. Mangione was stalking Mr. Thompson, and that was the underlying crime of violence. The defense is arguing that stalking is not a crime of violence.
Mangione's defense also wants Attorney General Pam Bondi taken off the case because they say of her previous ties to a lobbying firm that represented United Healthcare. Legal experts say, though, that's unlikely to happen.
There's no ongoing financial interests between the AG and this case and the victims in this case that would cause any kind of problem for the government moving forward.
The judge held off on a ruling today, but said the potential trial of Luigi Mangione could potentially start in September. In New York, Eric Shawn, Fox News.
Developing tonight, drill, baby, drill was a big slogan in President Trump's 2024 campaign. Well, now he is encouraging oil companies to go into Venezuela and do just that after decades of the country being hostile and contentious territory for American enterprise. Fox's Anna Eliopoulos reports.
Less than a week after the military raid that captured former Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro, the White House is already looking to secure $100 billion of corporate investment in the South American country. President Trump welcoming oil executives to the White House.
American companies will have the opportunity to rebuild Venezuela's rotting energy infrastructure and eventually increase oil production to levels never, ever seen before.
Venezuela has the largest crude oil reserves of any country in the world. The president has announced his intention to tap into that and hopes to reassure companies who've previously been burned in a country known for seizing their assets and even imprisoning their executives.
Within a political environment run by criminals, there's no possibility nor feasibility to conduct business in a healthy way.
You have total safety, total security. You're dealing with us directly. You're not dealing with Venezuela at all.
Climate advocates say Venezuela's oil infrastructure is in steep decline and that boosting production creates serious environmental concerns.
The pipes are old and rusting. The storage facilities are dilapidated. The carbon intensity in Venezuelan crude is significantly higher than virtually everywhere in the world.
The meeting came hours after the Navy and Marines carried out a joint operation to seize another tanker linked to Venezuelan oil. DHS Secretary Kristi Noem says the vessel was part of a ghost fleet suspected of carrying embargoed oil. It's the fifth tanker the U.S. has seized over the last month. Anna Eliopoulos, Fox News.
Here at home, experts say the job market is cooling but still strong. This comes as December's jobs report shows slower hiring, but a drop in unemployment to 4.4%. The Labor Department says 50,000 jobs were added with gains in bars, restaurants, healthcare, and social services. However, retail lost 25,000 jobs, and automation continues to replace roles like clerical work.
Devastation too great to quantify, and heartbreak that will never heal.
The LA City Council held a special ceremony today marking 1 year since the Palisades fire. Councilwoman Tracy Park led a presentation honoring the lives lost. She represents Pacific Palisades. This event also celebrated community resilience. The councilwoman recognized her Palisades field deputy, Arus Gregorian. She helped evacuate residents as flames approached.
You didn't wait for anyone to direct you or to tell you what to do. You just went right into the middle of it all.
Meantime, many survivors continue to criticize city leaders and the fire department over wildfire response failures, citing empty reservoirs, a lack of pre-deployed crews, and a softened after-action report. The LA wildfires destroyed thousands of cars. Many were, though, much more than just a means of transportation. Amanda Altadena has spent the past year documenting the burned-up vehicles and the stories behind them.
Fox 11's Nick Garcia shares this man's mission to help his community heal.
It's pretty spectacular.
Dave Stone has spent the past year taking photos of cars destroyed by the Eaton fire on his daily walks through Altadena.
I thought, well, what if I could also tell the stories of the owners and bring something to the community to help people remember what happened up here? I needed to round out those really heavy images of the cars with the owner and the story and their love and their passion for that car behind it.
That's exactly what he's done on his Instagram page, Not EV Altadena. Not EV referring to how the EPA marked gas-powered cars after the fire.
I took the tag that the EPA put on all the cars and I made it ours. I wanted to take ownership back of the fire.
He's found art in the scars the flames left behind.
It's like really poetic, you know.
He's also created a community.
You're looking at week 31 of Altadena Cars and Coffee every Saturday, 8 to 10.
And raised money to help replace some of the cars lost.
The next project is Hippo, whose car is right behind me right here. He lost this 1972 Datsun 510. It's a four-door automatic. It's going to be a tough one to find.
Through each photo and each story, Dave is helping neighbors heal and find beauty in the pain.
As I go out and tell individual stories and hear from them, in a way, I think it's been helping me work through some own traumas in my life that I may have not dealt with in the best way.
As sure as the sun, Dave will keep sharing these stories and connecting his community. Nick Garcia, Fox 11 News.
So nice to give back. Altadena Cars and Coffee meets every Saturday morning at the former Rite Aid parking lot at Lake Avenue and Altadena Drive. Tomorrow's event is a special fundraiser to help replace that car you saw there. We've got details on the Fox Local app.
All right, we'll have more news right after the break. Stay with us. Making New Year's resolutions is the easy part, but sticking to them, that's a little more complicated.
In fact, most people ditch those resolutions within the first 2 weeks That's why today, the second Friday in January, is known as Quitter's Day. Fox's Madeline Rivera has some tips to help you stay committed.
The start of a new year usually ushers in a new set of goals and a renewed sense of motivation, whether that's spending more time with family and friends, saving more money, or getting more exercise. But the drive that often coincides with the start of January tends to lose steam. Research shows more than 10% of people fail to keep their resolutions before month's end. The tendency to fall off the bandwagon is so common that the second Friday has unofficially been coined Quitter's Day, after the fitness app Strava witnessed a drop in user activity.
Just start. It's the hardest thing you'll probably do when joining a gym or when starting this process.
About 79% of Americans who make resolutions say they're focused on their health, but many of us need help to maintain that focus. Gym owner Stephen Pazzanante suggests hiring a trainer to stay on track.
Get somebody to help you along that way. You're paying to skip the process. You're paying for the information.
But fitness rarely comes without healthy diet changes. New dietary guidelines are emphasizing protein and full-fat dairy while advising people to avoid sugar and highly processed foods.
About 50% of the calories that our children eat are ultra-processed foods or highly refined carbohydrates, and it's literally poisoning them.
Some health experts have concerns, saying consuming more saturated fats from dairy and meat could increase cholesterol. Pazzanante has a tip when shopping for groceries.
Just hit the edges of the grocery store and get on out right before you start blowing $300 on Eggos.
Health experts suggest breaking down your goals into smaller steps to make them more achievable, or regrouping and taking another approach if one method is not working. Making sure you have support can help too. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
We're not quitters up here,
not
though.
Yet. Yet.
Yet.
Not the
Hey, you're above the average, Christy. You're not going to quit.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not. I haven't even started, so I can't quit.
Does that count then that you're 2 weeks into it and you haven't started?
No.
No,
Count.
there's still time.
Happy New Year, everyone.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yes.
That's right.
Happy New Year. And we are rolling into our second weekend of the new year. And
That's right.
We're doing so under much better conditions. That last weekend, my goodness.
All that rain.
all the rain.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
It was pretty
We need the
nasty
break.
out there. Yeah, pretty soggy. And we are getting a much needed break from the rain. Now, we have the winds to deal with, and, you know, they are going to be interrupting our Saturday and portions of our Sunday with our alerts in place. Right now, we do continue under those dry conditions, and getting straight to our headlines. Our Santa Anas, they are here again and will remain in place. We are expecting them to be gusting across some of the region, up to 70 miles per hour at some time in some cases. We do continue with the dry conditions out there. We do have another night or two where we have the cool nights in place for some of us. A lot of us will see that across our mountains, but also into some of our deserts. And as we push into this weekend, it will be sunny out there, and yes, windy. I'm going to say for all of Saturday again, and then by the time we get to Sunday afternoon, we do have those advisories lifting. So we may see less wind. It will still be there, but it will be a lot lighter than what we'll see getting our weekend started. And then we are expecting warmer temperatures for Sunday, and then moving into the entirety of next week. We just keep on getting higher and higher with the temperatures as early as Sunday. As far as our temperatures today, we brought it up to 65. Yesterday we were at 63 degrees, so we're inching up there closer and closer. Our normal in the upper 60s, and we do have a record temperature back in the 1980s on this day. We hit 87 degrees. By the time we get to next week, some of us will be fairly close to about 80 degrees. I don't think that we'll make it to that 87. I know a lot of us would appreciate or like that. We do have out there mostly clear skies. The mostly clear skies will remain in place. Temperatures right now in downtown LA, we're at 46 degrees, and we do have this being one of those areas that do have the calmer wind flowing across north at about 3 miles per hour. Here's a look at those temperatures for tonight. Big Bear, You are going to get another dose of teens. Temperatures in the teens, dropping down to about 19 degrees. I did track your temperature lows over the weekend, and you will be hopping into the 20s, but it will still be fairly cold out there, right? As far as our high deserts, as well as portions of Victorville out there, temperatures remaining in the 20s. Up towards Fraser Park, we'll also have those sub-freezing temps. As far as the coast goes and into our interior sections, we're also expecting to remain in the 40s. By the time we arrive at the end of this weekend, pushing into Monday morning, we will start to see those temperatures trending above their averages. Here's a look at our temperatures getting into our Saturday. We will see maybe a degree or two tacked on across the area with this ridge moving in and across the region. That will give us 60s, some 70s, low 70s across portions of the Inland Empire. And then here's a look at the winds. So we are looking at them both to the west as well as to the east of the LA area. So wherever we show the purples, the yellows, the oranges, that is just indication that we could see those gusts kicking up on Saturday and then rolling into our Sunday as well. Back to you.
Looking forward to the changes. All right, we still have more news ahead at 8.
But first, here's a preview of what's coming up at 9. Pope Leo delivers an unusually sharp speech today, and he directs some of his ire to President Trump. We'll explain. Plus, fresh off his Screen Actor Guild Award, could Timothy Chalamet and Kylie Jenner be engaged? We will show you some of the signs ahead at 9.
Coyotes are on the move in Southern California.
It's mating season from now until March. These animals roam neighborhoods searching for food and mates. Experts say February is their peak activity. If you encounter one, make loud noises and wave your arms to scare it off.
Here's how to keep coyotes away from your home. Don't feed them. Remove outdoor pet food. Bring in your bird feeders even overnight to avoid attracting coyote prey. Do not leave your pets unsupervised outside. Secure the lids of your trash and compost bins. Clear brush and dense weeds from around your property. I used to always think they only came out at night until I saw one
during the day.
I'm walking my dog. I'm like, what is that thing? That's not good.
And your dog is teeny tiny.
Yes, yes. I saw it from far away. I'm like, what the heck?
Uh-oh,
So
it's Wiley.
Went inside. Exactly.
All right, every year it's the same story. Travelers trying to get strange items through TSA.
So look at some of the craziest things passengers tried to sneak into U.S. airports in 2025. First up, a gun in a guitar case at Newark Airport. This happened in October, and the passenger claimed the guitar case was a gift from someone else.
Oh, it's not mine.
The next crazy find, a knife hidden inside a belt buckle at the Baltimore Washington International Airport. The passenger did hand it over, and officers threw it away.
Now another find from Newark, this time from one of its own employees. A comb that doubles as a knife.
Wow.
Bonus points, it's money prints. Can you see that? The Benjamins, the pattern on there. If you're curious, the employee was arrested. And finally, take a look at this kid's switchboard toy. It was mistaken for an explosive device, also at Newark Airport. Police and an explosive specialist had to get involved. No word on if the kid got their toy back. Also, what is happening at Newark Airport, right?
I think the worst thing is when you innocently have something that you don't even remember you have in your bag and they confiscate it.
Yeah, but it's not usually a knife.
Not usually a knife, but I had a beautiful bottle of perfume that I wanted to give someone.
No.
It was oversized, brand new in the wrapping and everything.
Painful.
Yeah.
Well, I just went through with baby Sloan for the first time, and I had my breast milk.
Yes.
The formula and my breast milk, and they had to take that out, and they scan it. I didn't know this.
Wow. So you got to plan ahead for that. Allow time.
Allow more time for breast milk. There you go.
Right.
Tip for new moms out there.
Don't go anywhere. We're not done yet.
And my breast milk was not explosive.
I should think not.
Okay, good. They made it through. Yeah. LA Live News Tonight continues at 9 o'clock right after the break. Stay with us.